Years ago, I listened to Benny Hinn, and he made a statement that I appreciated so much. But now, having worked a bit in the miracle ministry, I can tell you I understand clearer what he was saying. He said this, that in many of his meetings, please look up, listen carefully, that many of his meetings you would find out that if people, every time people came for his meetings, if their attention was just on their healing, their problem, whatever was wrong with them, most times they would not receive. They would have to take their eyes away from the problem and focus on Jesus. Because for many people, you see, they do not agree that God has the absolute power to help them. So they just feel, God, I don't want you to come into every aspect. I've managed this one. I just want you to touch this and that. And God says, you are either ready to get out of the way and allow me step in, or you finish fighting and exhaust your pride. And we live in a world that is largely philosophical. There is over-dependence on the flesh. So when people come for a miracle service like this, for instance, you are trusting God to reach you and open doors. But from head to toe, you are full of yourself. My certificates, my qualifications, I have all these things. All I need is just a bit of anointing on it and I'm on fire. And God says, no, except the Lord builds a house, they labor in vain that build it. Except the Lord watches over a city, the watchman watcheth but in vain. It is vain to wake up early in the morning, listen carefully, to sleep late in the night, only to eat the bread of sorrow. We have seen skilled people suffer as if God did not call them. And we have seen weak people. Proverbs chapter 3 and verse 5, it says, trust in the Lord with all your heart. And it says, lean not on your own understanding. It is the same God who gave you understanding. To lean does not mean to not use it. It means when it has to do with dealing with God, do not bring your understanding to compete with him. His realm is higher than your realm. His thoughts higher than your thoughts. Most times people come to God, but they are not absolutely surrendered. Have your way, Lord. Have your way. You know that song? Have your way, Lord. Have your way. Have your way, Lord. Have your way. Oh Lord. Have your way. Lord, I am here so that you will lift me. It is not my assignment to tell you how. If I could help myself, I would not need to come to you. Don't sit down when you are saying, Lord, lift me, and your mind has held NMPC. You are not going to let me. That is not how God lifts. Trust him enough to get out of the way. How you would do it, oh God, I do not know. But I know that I am in your presence. Let the lifter lift me. Over dependence on our intellect, our philosophies, will always corrupt that atmosphere for the miraculous. Can I tell you this? Many times when I'm praying, preparing for any meeting, especially the miracle service, sometimes God will usually open me to visions of what happened, what is going to happen, sometimes literally, or sometimes I just get pictures of people's cases and the rest. But I prepare my sermon. You see that? I do my due diligence, but I never come to stand here with just an over calculation of this. I come, he's the Lord of hosts. And when I come, having prepared myself, I am completely yielded to him to move as he wills, in as much as I have a structure. But he knows that when it has to do with this meeting, he can move as he wills. You see, because I don't know except it is revealed to me. I cannot know what is wrong with you, and I cannot know the area of desperation and the area of need. And it is pride to stand in the way of the one who knows. In fact, it's wickedness. It's not just pride. I'm trying to help you, but I'm ignorant. There is the one who knows exactly where to touch you, and now I will not let him touch you. And sometimes you can be the limitation yourself, because you can think this is what you need, but from the mind of God, what you need is totally different. It is up to you to say, Lord, I truly believe that you can visit me. Surrender. There are times you can have pain and You may go to the doctor with the arrogance of an amateur and almost guessing, and you can say, doctor, I am sure it is this thing. And the doctor laughs at you and laughs at your ignorance and tests you and tells you something totally different and says that's what is wrong with you. But you are feeling another symptom, and yet the doctor, from a professional standpoint, you think it's a financial problem. Open up your heart and let God visit you. You will find out it has nothing to do with finances. In fact, sometimes you can think it's an issue of ill health, but it is not an issue of ill health. It's the ministry of the devourer. He knows that the only way, or the most predictable way, to destroy your finances is your health. If he spoils your car, you will leave it there. You will not fix the car. So he spoils your body because he knows you will not leave that body that way. And since he has found out that you like this body and you want to live long in it, he will continue to create affliction so that your finances will suffer. So to you now, you can think the real problem is finances. But when you come to God, he will tell you it is not finances. The real problem is ABC. Listen, allow God to interpret your situation to you. The first atmosphere is that atmosphere of total surrender. Lord, I have come before you. As far as I know, there are 10 major problems with me. Disfavor, no helpers, oppression. That's the best that I can know. But I've come to you. You are the wisdom of God. Diagnose me. And do you know, sometimes you see, demon spirits walk like an octopus. How many of you know an octopus? That creature with many expressions like legs. It can touch your finance, same spirit. Touch your marriage, same spirit. You think they are different issues, but they are caused by one and the same spirit. How many of you will like to cut down a tree by removing the leaf one by one? How intelligent does that sound? And you are trying to say, Lord, can you help me remove all the leaves in this area? And God says, no, I know what the problem is. The leaves will grow. Allow me to come and bulldoze that thing from the root. And sometimes when he throws it from the root, you will still see the leaf looking green. And he says, go and rest, it's dead. And he said, no, it is still green. He says, I know what I did. Total dependence. Some of you, it may be ministry. Ministry is not growing. And based on your interpretation, it is because I'm in an area that is not my maybe territorial area. Maybe I'm a Yoruba person among Hausas, or a Hausa person among Yorubas. All those things are just flimsy reasons. God is telling you the diagnosis is there is no favor on you. Period. Lord, why is it that when I get a job in 2 weeks they drive me? In 2 weeks they drive me. And you have come with the name of your boss in your prayer request now, hoping that by laying hands on him, maybe God will kill him or do something. But even if the man dies, for instance, will you really be free? Because what is really wrong with you is a pattern. It's a demon. These are altars that have nothing to do. Your boss just happens to be the one that was used to oppress you because of something on you. Have you seen people who complain, and even if the object of complaint is taken away from them, the situation does not change? It's not about the person causing trouble now. It's about something on you that keeps attracting trouble. Are we learning?